What's up, boys and girls? It's Bruno here with Team UTY, and today I'm here with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
What is up, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes? We've got Darthnash6 here on the channel.
Let's freaking go. Darthnash, or James for personal friends. It's one of my best friends, and he moved to New York, so I miss him a lot. But today we're gonna be together doing a Banlist prediction type of also like with a little wish list, things that we want to see coming back as well, and we'll see how well we're gonna do. I feel like Banlist coming up pretty soon, probably after the Worlds. That's probably when it's coming. What do you think, James?
I think we're probably going to see it by the end of August at the earliest. Regional seasons are picking up once again, and I think that Konami is going to want people to play with Dune for a little bit during the month of August, as is, before they sort of shake up the format at all.
No, for sure. And I also think, for me, in my opinion, Cashier has been like in the meta right now for a little too long. It's not as bad as on OCG as Tier Element being there for like almost 2 years now playing, but I'm definitely tired of seeing Cashier winning every top. So I think this ban list is gonna be pretty effective. It's like switching the meta and changing the meta a lot for me. That's in my opinion what I think. Yeah. But okay, without further delays, should we start on the tier list?
Let's go for it.
Okay. So the first card I have right here is Rise Heart, which for me it's a pretty degenerate card, and in my opinion I would have put this already in the ban. But I'm not sure how Konami's gonna do this because this card has a Starlight printing, has a Secret Rare printing, and Konami we know that does not really hit like big rarity cards most of the time in an archetype, but at the same time it's very needed. So what do you think, James?
So my thing with Arise Heart is it's weird because I love it. Hot take. I actually really like Kashtira. I have a
Same.
lot of fun when I play Kashtira, but it's probably because I don't play Kashtira pure. I always try and mix it with a different archetype, whether it be
Hmm.
Evil Swarm, whether it be Punk, or even Naturia for a little bit. When the two of us were sort of seeing if Naturia could work as an engine with Kashtira.
Hmm. Yeah.
Arise Heart, though, I can see it getting hit just because Konami's made its money off of it. Um,
Oh yeah.
it
Hmm.
being a big money card is in the secondary market right now. Konami doesn't care about the secondary market. They've already sold their own product. So
Hmm.
it, it moving between player bases, they don't care anymore.
Hmm.
They've made the people have bought all the product to get all the starlights in circulation. People have the secret rares. They're good with it. They've sold whatever copies they had and they don't care anymore.
Hmm. I will put it in ban. So let's agree on ban for now.
Yeah,
But
the fact that it's a macrocosmos with a quick effect pop, it it's one of those cards that's oppressive because at worst it's a 3,000 body. Unless you have Raitsoth on field, then you're looking, 3,100, 3,200, up to 3,500.
hmm.
Um, but it's too oppressive in the format. It's a macrocosmos that's got a quick effect pop. So if you've got it, you can sit on that card and sort of control the game state from there. And players don't like that. Players will leave the game feeling dissatisfied.
That's the thing, like, because if your deck really relies on graveyard strategy, let's say Tri Brigade is not seeing much plays right now because, I mean, if they go ahead, activate Shifter or summon this guy, I mean, they like they can't link summon using their monsters, right? So that's a problem that is happening right now. But yeah, let's
Exactly.
let's let's keep that on ban. Unicorn, I feel like it was semi less list. It was a slap on the wrist. I feel like it's gonna go limited actually, to be honest. Like
See,
that's
here's where I'm
that's
going
my
to
hot
disagree
take.
with you. I think that if a Rise Heart gets banned, Unicorn can come back to three.
Really?
Yeah, because a Rise Heart being banned makes the deck like interactive. It can turn it so that players really have to think on how to make Kashtira into a Shangri era control deck, which will make players completely have to flip. They'll have to do a paradigm shift on how they want to play Kashtira instead of it
Mm-hmm.
being oppressive, like a Shang, like a Rise Heart oppressive beatdown deck. It's kind of like how they'll
Dragon
have to
Link.
yeah, they'll have to play Kashtira how it was played before Kashtira Rise Heart was released.
Uh-huh. Makes sense. It's an interesting idea. The thing is, they will still be able to abuse a shifter, but we'll talk about that. I'll take the take. If this gets banned, I don't mind this getting unlimited. Actually, that's not a bad take. But how about Fenrir? Fenrir, where do you put Fenrir at? That's my question. Right now, on the OCG, it's limited, and I mean, it's banned actually. No, OCG is banned right now. And I feel like this card is way too splashable in most decks. If they don't want this to be splashable in other decks and be more like Kashtira, I'll just limit this because then they can't search for another one of itself. It will be more like just a one card thing, you know. But Kashtira, they still have plenty ways to go into Fenrir if they limit this and leave Unicorn untouched, you know.
I think if
that's my
Fenrir
take.
goes to 1, Pankratops should come to 3.
I think Pankratops should come to 3 at some point in life because yeah, like Fenrir. That's the thing. Like I think Pankratops is really good, and I think Fenrir is better than Pankratops. Like guaranteed, way better than Pankratops. Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce that. But I would limit it Fenrir just because I feel like it's too splashable right now. People are using that way too much. Another card for the Kashtira card is actually Birth. Um, if you ever
Okay.
play, if yeah, let's see,
Kashtira
let's.
Birth. So like Unicorn to 2, I thought that was dumb because Kashtira Birth should have been at 1 or banned. Kashtira Birth is the problem card in that deck. You get rid of Birth, the deck is fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Birth
Mm-hmm,
is so oppressive. The fact like Birth is what gives the deck a grind game,
mm-hmm,
and it's so annoying. Like
mm-hmm.
that, I don't think that card is fair.
Oh yeah, if you ever played against Kashtira, as soon as they're bored and then they top deck Birth for turn, you don't know the pain. Like, but dude, if you've seen that happen to you before, Birth, like when they top deck Birth, dude, and they have like their graveyard or the banish full, like Birth is a full combo card in their deck. It is like it is. It just is. Yeah. What do you think? Limited or semi? What do you think with Birth?
I think so. I think that Unicorn could come to 3, and Birth should be banned.
Really? Birth
Yeah,
ban.
I Birth is too it's too strong in
Mm-hmm.
Kashtira. The fact that it gives you a normal summon of a level 7 monster, the fact that you can just reborn a Kashtira that's banished during your grave, like once a turn. So, like, a single birth in the mid game is 2 Kashtiras on board.
Mm-hmm. And as well, there's the secret effect, right? If your opponent activates a spell, you can banish 3 cards in their graveyard face down. It does not matter what card it is; just banish 3 cards that they
Yeah.
have face down, which is actually really crazy to think about it. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, I'll take that on ban. It is a really good card for the rarity that it is and everything. I think Birth should be banned as well. But
Like a
yeah.
7-cent super. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Next on the list we have Shifter. I hate Shifter. Like
I don't
I hate Shifter
even
so
in
much.
decks that I've played Shifter in, I haven't liked it. I don't like that it lasts my turn and my opponent's turn, or vice versa. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that's fair. I don't like that.
Yeah, I would send my Shifter so it hurts the consistency because the thing is with Shifter you gotta have no cards in the graveyard, right, to activate this effect. If you limit it, I mean, no one's gonna be playing anymore. If you semi, it's gonna be more of a risky pick because then if you break into this later game, that's really bad, obviously, just because it's a dead draw card, right? But if you have this at 3 unlimited, I think it's like way more consistent, you know. So I would semi this. I think it would be enough hit for Shifter. We see like people stop playing Shifter, in my opinion.
I could see it having the gamma treatment where it would go to 1, and it's like people who are ballsy will play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that as well, but I think like you would kill the card instantly. But I mean, For me, I would ban it just because most of the decks that I play use Graveyard, but I think semi or limited should be the right hit for this. I'll
I
live.
can see it being semi-limited because it seemed like Konami was going more towards getting rid of like the semi-limited thing on their
Mm-hmm.
ban list. But then this recent ban list, they added one, two, three, four, five, 6 cards to the semi-limited list. So, like, if it became semi-limited, I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
If you had
not
asked
me.
me
Yeah.
4 months ago, yeah, I'd be like, "Well, I don't know. I think it's going to one or it's staying at three."
Mm-hmm.
But now it'd be like, okay, I can see it at two.
Yeah, I thought Konami was gonna kill the semi list, honestly, because I was just, dude, they just gotta take what the stratas now
Malicious.
the malicious out of the semi, and then that's it. Semi is done. That's how
Yeah.
it felt like. But yeah, okay. I think that was a crazy crazy good hit for the Kashtira. Let's go into the Sprite engine. Sprite engine right now. I feel like it's seen some competitive play. It hasn't seen like any too crazy thing. But what do you think about starter? Starter went to semi. Do you think should stay on semi? Should go limited? It's still a very searchable card. What do you think about it?
The first starter, I think starter should be at three, but I think blue should be at one.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because starter, you're forced into level rank and link twos. Blue, you can search any starter.
Mm-hmm.
You can search any sprite in your deck and just add it to your hand and special summon it. But then you're not like you don't have that lock on you. So I think blue is starter, but more. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't. I'm not wording it as well as I could, but I think that blue is the worst offender.
Mm-hmm. I see. I would leave the starter at no change, keep that at two, and then I will probably put a blue either limited, like you said, or semi for sure. I think if you limit blue, it's still really good for the deck. They still any level two like they summon two level twos, they can go into gigantic. Gigantic will still search like summon blue, and then blue will summon like search for another monster, and then from there like you just do like full combos still like right. So they can do like evil twin sprite, and that'll be just as fine as well. They can do the nimble sprite, that'll be just as good as well. And it's still very splashable because the extra deck engine. So it's I would say like limited sprite blue for sure. Keep this a no change at two. And then we have this guy actually, which is the spell searcher. Um,
I think it's fine.
yeah, I
Yes,
think
it searches Smashers, which is a
mm,
really annoying card, but
yeah.
Smashers is a really easy card to play around,
Mm-hmm.
because it's telegraphed. It's exactly like Carrot and Red, so it's like it's super easy to play around.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So yeah, let's live with that. No change. But how about this right now? Virus, epidemic virus. So, in my opinion, this would be here already a long time ago. Long time ago. It comes back and forth, like, but what do you say? Like, limited this for like lose consistency, just ban. What do you think?
It should be banned until Labyrinth gets hit, or like Labyrinth leaves the metagame, because it's always EEV has been an insane card for well over a decade. Any deck that could play it would play it. Like Dark Worlds back in 2012 were main decking it
Mm-hmm.
because you would just tribute Grapha
Oh
and
yeah.
you would take care of everything. It's always been this powerhouse of a card, and what's made it fair is because it wasn't searchable. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like Layer of Darkness decks could search it, but not consistently, so it was still fair. Now with Labyrinth, you can search it so easily and essentially set it turn one, where it's no longer become a fair card. Now Labyrinth isn't performing as well as we thought it would be, because it's bubbled out of every top cut at every WCQ for this entire season. But it's the fact that EEV is searchable now, which makes it such a hated card. So I think that it needs to be banned until Labyrinth it has like left the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it like once like it'll let Labyrinth be a viable option once it leaves the metagame. Sort of like it's like once Labyrinth is power crept out of the metagame, Eradicator can come back.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, as of this moment, especially with the new support that Labyrinth is getting, I do not think that Eradicator should be legal.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. The thing is, we also seen in the last YCS, I believe, cash tier player using it, because they can just go into 2 level 7s, rank into a dark monster, and then they have if they drew like Eradicator, that's crazy because like what happened is on the semi and on the finals, the guy that won was playing this card, and he was like, "Oh, my opponent's gonna make me go first," and he like sided in, like not knowing if he was gonna go first, second, and he was right. You know, so I think yeah,
Like,
this card is winning games like way too easily.
yeah, if it is a deck, if it is a card that you are siding in from your side deck, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you won the luck of the draw. That's
Yeah.
part of Yu-Gi-Oh is like that luck. And so if
Mm-hmm.
you top decked it and set it and activated it, like props to you for having the balls to put an unsearchable card in your side deck like that because that's
Mm-hmm.
what side deck cards are.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't like that Labyrinth can search it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes me not
Definitely.
like it at all. So the person who won with it in Kashtira, there was, a couple of weeks where I was debating on running it in my Evil Swarm Kashtira deck for Philly. The reason I didn't was because I felt that I would lose consistency adding
Yeah.
another unsearchable card into
Mm-hmm.
my side deck, and that's why I stayed away from it. So like the fact that the dude had the balls to put it in his side deck and then side it in for a WCQ,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta respect him.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. So, what do you think about skill drain? I think skill drain was a mistake bringing back to
Oh,
three. That's my
I
opinion.
hate skill drain. I
I
hate
think
skill drain so much.
I think I would just limit it back. I think it had its time to shine because it was helping back row decks to be more like meta per se. But same
Mhm.
time, like skill drain is just an annoying card. If you compare it to other like, let's say there can only be one or other cards, skill drain affects all combo decks, monster decks, right? So it shuts down a whole engine. As of the other ones, you still can summon, but you're locked into like specific archetypes. Skill drain just blank negates, and here we go. Good luck. I feel like it's way too good of a card. In my opinion, this should be banned because it's a terrible floodgate. I hate floodgates. But what do you think?
Floodgates are this weird necessary evil, but it's like the moment you meet somebody and you find out that they play a floodgate deck, like you know, meeting them like what kind of person they are. I've never it's you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you
I
play a
do.
floodgate deck, be like, I know exactly how you treat servers at restaurants. Like, like that kind of like I don't think that you tip well. Like you
uh,
probably tip less than 10% regularly.
he tips like 50 cents, like on $1, like on like he gives $1 to tip 50 cents and asks for like change.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that, that's the type of people. Okay, okay, I
You're the
agree.
kind of person that asks for change from your pizza delivery driver instead of just like letting them keep it all as a tip.
Oh yeah,
Um, it's like
exactly.
it's skill drain makes Yu-Gi-Oh not fun.
Hmm. Yeah.
The people who play decks that skill drain works in, they they're not accepting that Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that changes. They
Hmm.
want it to stay at like goat. It's like if you
Hmm.
want to play that, then play goat format because like
Honestly.
this is a different game. Stop playing like these skill drain kind of decks. Basically, any card that you can play in an Eldritch deck, I don't think is fun.
Hmm. For sure. Okay, how about Call by the Grave? Call by the Grave will be my wish list comeback, at least at two. But I doubted they're moving this at all. Like, that's my opinion.
I think Called By should be at 3.
I'll put that in our wish list.
Yeah, it's like Called By is
uh,
such a necessary evil in the game
mm-hmm.
that I like. It sucks being so
Mm-hmm.
like Called By is it's in the same kind of field. Excuse me, Called By is in the same kind of field as Max C. It should be at 3 or 0.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, the thing is, like on the OCG, if we look over the list there, they have they have data a one or two, right? That's a two, right? I believe.
Cold by, I think Cold by might be at one as
Is
well.
a one? And then how about crossout designator? Crossout's a two? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I feel like this and crossout are the ones that should be a three, just because if you're like that would lead into people not playing as many hand traps, and it will diversify the game more, in my opinion, right? Because
Mhm.
we see now crossout is a three, call by is a one. People play a lot of hand traps. If we start playing, if you have call by a three, people might start like siding in board breakers instead of hand traps because they'll be like, "Oh, do I really want to risk it?" And people will be like, "Do I really want to risk it? Like playing three call by if people are not gonna be playing hand traps?" That's the thing. Like in my opinion, I think it should be a card. That should be a three, right? So,
But
but
I
yeah,
can also
that.
see it like going to zero because it's the same thing with Max C. It's like, oh, it's to, stop combo players. You're like, well,
Mm-hmm,
nothing feels worse than losing the die roll and somebody sets up this insane board and then you activate something and they chain called by and banish your
mm-hmm.
starter from the
Oh yeah.
grave. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but it's also like, please, I played decks from 11 years ago.
They
Don't ask.
need. Yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you completely. I was trying to play Six Samurai. This card would make the deck a little bit better. But okay, there can be only one. I feel like all Floodgate cards should be limited. Like in my opinion, all of them should be just limited. Like Goals and Match, Rivalry. I think all of them should be just blank limited because that builds like locks and stuff. The other day I was playing against a hero deck, and like you're not gonna believe this, but the dude freaking Dark Angel me. I think that's the name, right? The level one.
Yeah. Uh
He
huh.
Dark Angel me, and I'm like, okay, I can get through Dark Angel just going to Link Reaper or something, and then pass turn and during draw phase he flipped Rivalry, and I'm like, dude, there's absolutely no way you're doing this to me, and I was like, this is
And then
such a
flip there can only be one. Like rivalry with there can only be one. It's like
yeah, you're like,
thanks.
oh yeah, like I'm not having fun, like no one's having fun. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is annoying. I feel like Alpha Gate should be a one. That's my personal opinion.
That's your hot take.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't like there can only be one because every time I've gone to a YCS, I have lost like an important match because of there can only be one. Like without fail, it's like every like oh my gosh, I need to win this next match so that I can like
Make
have
top.
a good enough score, and then boom, there can only be one, and I'm like,
I figured. You should figure by now, dude.
yeah, it's like I don't know why I don't run, back row hate in my side deck because like that's what I always lose to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I play against Floodgates I used to go second, right, with Cyber Dragon, and
Yeah,
that was a
yeah.
lot of fun. That was a lot of fun playing like Lightning Storm over like five back rows. That was a lot of fun. But
Especially when they activate Imperial Order on you.
yeah, exactly.
What you gonna
Exactly.
do? Activate a spell?
But times change. I feel like Floodgate should be all one or ban. It does not make the deck more fun. It just helps back row decks to slow their opponents so they can try to do something and just lose on game four. That's about it.
Hmm.
But okay, this is gonna be Copium. This is gonna be my Copium. I'll take it, no problem. But Scareclaw should come back to one, and I'll fight anyone about it, but I feel like they banned Scareclaw. That was way too early of a hit. Uh, if they were scared of like super heavy doing like crazy combos, like they did it right. They banned Cyberstein. They banned the problematic cards that would make it a problem. But I think that was a way too early of a hit for like Scareclaw. To be honest, I think come back a
I
one.
also think I think it should go to one. I don't think they should have banned it. I think it should be at one.
No, that was
I
that
don't
was
think that was fair to the
no.
player base to like not let people play the deck out because there was so much excitement. Even like
Mm-hmm.
the people who have been super heavy samurai players since day one, they were so excited that their deck was usable.
Mm-hmm.
I think it going to one is totally okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't like it that it means that the format would be unhealthy. Like everybody would be playing Droll and Lockbird, but I think it should go to one.
I think people are already playing Drone Lockbird anyways, because like I just went to locals like the other day, and I was playing against Vanadium, and then a lot of people are kind of preparing Drone Lockbird on their side or main deck for like the big combo decks, you know, especially with Crimson Dragon coming to the format. People are gonna be maining Drone Lockbird a lot more. That's my
Mhm.
opinion. But yeah, okay. Let's put that in my wish list. I'm not sure what Konami's gonna do. Konami's going crazy about it, but anyway, evenly match. I think there's not gonna be any change to evenly. Being honest, it's a good board breaker.
To be
Right
fair,
now,
I didn't think that anything would ever happen to Lightning Storm, and that got
honestly,
limited.
yeah, yeah, semi-limited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, this is good against back row decks. This is good against when you're going second. The only thing is, right now people are building like Omni Gates a lot. So if people are building Omni Gates, you just go into battle phase, activate this, and it just like negate, and now your opponents like wasted their battle phase. They wasted a card, and now they can't go for game because the battle phase just ended. So I think it has a good cost to it. Um, and I think that's totally fine with me. Uh, yeah, being a three, it hurts when Dark Ruler no more and then evenly, but it's part of the
Evenly
game, right?
matched is weird. It's a very, very oppressive card that's really fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those like, and it's like you said, the fact that you have to give up your battle phase for it makes like it sucks getting hit by evenly matched, but evenly matched in and of itself is a fair card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Totally agree. Okay, Gazelle. I think Gazelle will go to. I think it's limited right now, right?
Yeah, you can see it
Okay.
going to three just because of the new like the
Mm-hmm.
fire support that's coming out next week.
Yeah, that's what I see as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, this one has not yet come out of the ban list, right? So I think that's right spot, right? It just came out of the ban list on the OCG. I think it's going coming to be limited in here. I was surprised the last ban list they did not put this on limited, right? So that's my opinion. What do you think?
Raidsoth, the field spell.
Oh no, this right here. The the bloom. Do you see it?
No,
Oh wait, just a second.
I haven't seen your screen this entire time.
Oh, go to Discord. I think. Oh, is it not sharing?
No.
Oh, my bad. Dude, what the heck? Okay, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
Let me.
Glow up bulb.
Yeah, my bad, dude. My bad.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
I glow up bulb is never gonna come off the ban list.
Do you think? Never?
I don't think it's ever gonna come off.
Is it not a one at the OCG right now?
It might be, but OCG also has Max C, which
Mm-hmm.
dissuades people from playing it. Um, in the TCG, I don't. I would be floored, like blown away if glow up bulb ever came off the ban list.
But what do you think they can do with it? That's my question. Like, Hockey Fight Brax is banned right now. I
It,
think that was like the main thing, right? I feel like.
it's a discard for cost for a level one Earth tuner. Um, like it gives practically any deck the ability to go into Naturia Beast. It helps get stuff in grave. Like Plague Spreader Zombie, you've got to put it on top of your deck, so
Mm-hmm.
that's okay because it gets rid of a resource. Glow Up Bulb, its cost is is almost a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
The discard to special summon, it it's gotten to a point now where discard for cost in the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh is almost not a -1.
Definitely
Um,
not.
because
No.
you're adding something to your grave, which has become an almost second hand. Glow Up Bulb it's a level one tuner. It's too strong. I it helps you synchro climb. It helps you link climb. It's the same thing like Glow Up Bulb and Level Eater. I
Mm-hmm.
never see coming off the ban list.
Hmm. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll leave that. No change. Okay, I'll take that. It's fair. It's fair. I see.
Mhm.
How about Drone Lockbird?
I hate Droll and Lockbird, but I would be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
if it ever got hit. Like it's one of those. I wish it was banned,
Mm-hmm. I
but
think
I don't think it'll ever get touched.
I don't think it will get touched as well, but if, in my opinion, I have the same feelings as this shifter, where it's like a lingering effect for the whole turn. You're locked out of an engine, which is like searching, which is really important. I would put it on semi as well, so it hurts the consistency, but not like same as shifter, where if you draw this game too, it's still useful. It's still like you can still do something about it, you know. But I would try to limit this, but I'll probably see no change on draw lock for it as well. That's my honest opinion. Engage, engage right now. In the other hand, I still think we'll keep semi, but
It
I don't.
might go to 3 because for some reason Konami loves Sky Strikers, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why. It,
That's
I wish it was at 1 or banned. I hate Sky Striker. I
really.
hate it so much. I cannot stand that deck.
I feel you. Uh, let's call it that will go unlimited. Let's see how it goes. But I
And like,
really
if
doubt
it
it.
was
I really doubt
unlimited
it.
this coming list, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah,
That's what they've been doing. Like, it's probably gonna be, if not this list, then the next list. They're gonna unlimit it.
I really doubt it because of Upstart Goblin itself. It's limited. This is like way better than Upstart Goblin. It's a 2
Hmm.
already. But I doubt it that this will go to 3. But I'll put it just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Lubellion. I think will go limited. That's my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I think Lubellion will go limited. The reason why, it's because it's just like you just need one to be honest overall. But the thing is, it's it gives you like too much search engine for the deck. Because if you search for this guy, and then you all search for Magnemite, like Magnemite is gonna go limited in my opinion as well. But we'll get there in a second. But it's just
Hmm.
because it's way too free of like a engine where at the end phase you're gonna be able to add any dragon from your deck to your hand. This also acts, the Magnemite specifically acts as a hand trap, but I think this will go to 1, I believe. I can see going to semi as well, but if it's not limited, it will be unchanged. That's my opinion.
Yeah, see, I don't think Lubellion's gonna get hit. I could realistically see Magnuma going to 1.
Hmm. Okay, I think I think that's probably a hot take. That's probably the more accurate thing to guess. The magma is gonna go to 1, and this will be no change, just because just got a quarter century secret rare as well. This is just a super from a pack, which is still like about 12, $15, I believe. But
Mm.
still, it is a crazy search. If you compare that to DD Crow, where it bends a card, this bends like light or dark, and then at the end phase, you get a search of a dragon, and it's still a 2500 attack monster.
And it can
Uh,
search itself.
it can, you can do a lot of damage this card. That's
It's
that's my,
DD
yeah,
Crow that searches another DD. Like,
yeah. Even if search Drew's Worm as well. Like Drew's Worm is actually insane. You summon
it,
Drew's
Drew's Worm
Worm,
is another removal. It's a 2 for 1.
and then Drew's Worm. If you link it away, you still can activate the effect to like destroy something. You know, so
Yeah.
that's kind of nuts. Okay, deep barrier. Deep barrier. Where is the deep barrier?
I hate D barrier. I I don't think D barrier should be legal. I don't like that it completely shuts off like a game mechanic, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like another version of Eradicator.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It is another version of Eradicator. In the past, we've seen combos like with the Dragon Buster Blader. You know, like where you lock your opponent as an extra deck.
Hmm.
This obviously is not the same because you can still summon like other types and stuff. But if you play against like, let's say you're playing Sword Soul, they activate that they call Synchro. You're dead. They can you pretty much can do anything. If you play like the only thing is this doesn't hit link decks, which I mean that's fine. But it also hit like everything else besides links, right? So if you're a link player, you can like side this just fine, because when you pass turn to your opponent, if you have like links, you can. It's not gonna hurt you because if you play a synchro deck and your opponent is also playing a synchro deck, that will also hurt you. Because if you have a Baron on the field, you don't want to call synchro in your opponent's turn, right?
Yeah.
But if you're playing links, like this card is like really good over the top, you know, or a different like archetype as your opponent. But I think it should be banned by now. It's it's it just stalls the game. It just locks you out of the extra deck, your engine that you need to go into. So it's a problem. Spellbook of Judgment, semi unlimited.
I can see it becoming unlimited. I don't think
Yeah,
it's a problem.
I don't
I
think it's a
like
problem at all.
it'll see the fact that it is searchable. Like it's a searchable card, and we haven't seen Spellbook as even an engine and anything that's topped. Like not even a regional top.
Dude, I
So
think
it's like it can come to three.
the card is too slow for the meta right now. That's a problem. It's just
Yeah.
too slow. It doesn't do what it needs to do like how it used to do. You know, this card used to be broken when I was playing 2013. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was broken.
It's still a good card. Like there's a reason that it was emergency banned,
Hmm.
but like it's just a good card today.
Yeah, if we
But like I
compare,
would like to see it limited so
uh
that
huh.
the spellbook engine can see more play. Um but I don't think it'd be like busted.
If we compare the emergency ban list that we had to this, and compare how long this has been alive and not a single emergency ban list, it's kind of stupid to think. Like Dragon Rulers had an emergency ban list, the Spellbook had an emergency ban list, and now Cashier is just like, I'm fine. You got a slap on the wrist. Like the deck's still super playable, still topping every tournament, right? Kind of nuts
Yeah.
to think about it. Like how you get shifting, like especially taking care of problems.
Hmm.
Okay. I think this will come back at 3 actually, but I can see no change as well. Um, Keep it at 2, but I think like it's not really doing much. Like I never see anyone complaining about Lightning Storm. You know, that's the thing. Like I was surprised when it got to 2 unlimited.
I
When
was
it got
caught
to
off
semi.
guard. I thought that was weird that like
Mm-hmm.
lightning storm went to 2. Um because it just like for me it makes side decking more annoying
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, oh man, like what
Yeah.
2 cards in my main deck do I have that I'm gonna swap out? But then it's also just like, okay, sweet, 2 lightning storm and a harpy's feather duster, we're good to go.
Yeah, it's about the same. For me, I feel like they semi discard because Sky Striker was the engage was going to, and they're giving you support. So like Sky Strikers are going second deck. I think they did that just to like counter a little bit Sky Striker, like don't give them that much like advantage, when going
Hmm.
second. But that's like the only thing that I can think about it honestly. But I
That makes
think
sense. Yeah, I
I
can see
think
it.
that might stay no change or go unlimited. What do you think?
I see no change. I don't
No
see
change.
Konami rolling back on that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, could be. Misk.
Misk to 3. Misk should be unlimited. I posted this on Twitter the other day. The
Copium.
Don Juan, Don Juan, the one of the Dino Men himself, posted like, "What's your controversial take?" And it's like, I think that Misk should be at 3. It's an incredibly strong card, but dinosaurs do not have enough results to
Mm-hmm.
have warranted Misk going to 1.
Yeah,
It,
I
it's
agree.
like it's the same thing as like hitting the pearly stuff. Like hitting that pearly card to 1. It's like Dino was a tier 2 deck that had a couple tops and they hit like the one thing that helps them do it. I think Misk should go to 3 because it'll give the new Dino decks, like the new Dino support, more of a chance to compete in the metagame.
Mm-hmm. I see. Makes sense. Well, for your sake, I'm gonna put this right here.
Thank you.
I don't wish list because I really doubted this coming back. But I was playing online against like the dinosaur. Even with the new support, that's when I thought the Misk would come back to 3 or 2. It was not doing as much as I thought it would be doing. It still builds like what, like a 3-4 negate, but it's still a breakable board. It's not like a skip turn type of thing. So I feel like yeah, it can go, but I'll put it on the wish list. Okay, the Dragon Rulers. Those two are at 1, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
I think
Yes,
they
they
should go
are.
to 3.
Do you think? Do you really think?
I think they can go to 3. Like what are they doing? You know, they might see play. They might see play in a Dragon Link deck. Whoa, like
Blows my
give me
mind.
three.
Look. I'll put this on a wish list, okay? Because I have hard feelings for Dragon Ruler. You know, I still have like nightmares every night about it. You know, me playing like my 6 Samurai deck with Gateway of the 6 ban, and then just seeing like someone full combo in front of me. This still gives me chills. Okay, so I'll put that in a wish list for you. But in my opinion, I'll put ban all of them back. Just kidding, just kidding. They're
Yeah.
fine right now. I kind of miss them, but I think this is like a wish coming true to see like full Dragon Rulers back. To be honest,
Well,
because
it's like Idle and Redox. I never see them coming back. Um, there's too many Earth decks for Redox specifically. And then Title, it's a Monster Reborn. Title would make Dragon Link insane.
mm-hmm,
So I do not see Title coming back. But like with Blaster, what are fire decks doing? You know,
mm-hmm.
like
No, for
fire
sure.
decks are Salamangreat is the only fire deck that has performed well, like in memory. Oh,
Oh
and
yeah,
Infernoble. I'm sorry about that.
yeah.
Infernoble as well. But
Mm-hmm.
still, come on.
No, yeah, no, yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, let's. I forgot about these two cards. Actually, Runic. It is a pretty good important deck for the meta right now, and I believe Fountain will go to 1. That's my hot take, and Tip will probably go to semi. That's my take right now. But let me know what you think about this, because I feel like Runic, 2 did nothing. The deck still can search it. The deck still can do whatever it wants. And then Tipa 2 would just like hurt a little bit of consistency of the deck, not too
Well, the
much.
thing with
Or I'll
Fountain,
put, yeah,
the thing with Runic Fountain, the field spell, nobody played 3.
yeah,
Like
no
the
one.
ratio was 2. I remember, I remember being at YCS Philly and people seeing that Runic Fountain went to 2, and everyone was laughing. They were like, "This does nothing." They're like forcing people to play the optimum ratio now. You know, like
Uh huh.
it's so I could see. So I'm starting to mess around with Runic right now. I'm playing Fabled Runic as like one of the variants for Fabled to see which is the most competitive version,
Uh huh.
and like now that I'm learning how Runic actually works, Runic Fountain is insane. Um,
It is.
but it's like I could see it at 1. The deck is still playable with it as 1. So the
Mm-hmm.
deck would still function. You've got to play like carefully with it at 1. But Runic Tip, I can see going to 2.
Yeah.
I could see it going to 2 or even 1.
Mm-hmm. I for sure. The thing is like Fountain is way too broken. If you have like more than one Fountain as well in your hand, if you can go to more than one, it's not once per turn to draw 3, right?
Yeah.
So if you
Like
can,
I didn't even realize
yeah,
you could draw 3 on your opponent's turn.
dude, you can draw 3 in your turn. You can draw 6 in your turn if you have 2 fountains. It's just way too insane, way too insane. And then when you learn like how the stacking works and your deck is low enough, like cause it goes to the bottom of the deck, right? So you can
Yeah.
start like once your deck is like 10, you're just like looping the engine back and back again, and then
Mhm.
it's just way too broken for what it does. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And then the monster is protected as well. I feel like the level 2 will protect Runic from being destroyed. Obviously, if they cosmic, yeah, that's a thing. But they it's hard to destroy it like with a monster effect or card effect because you can protect the Runic. So still you can recur it with the other fusion monster. If it's in the graveyard, you can add back to your hand. So it's still I don't see a problem in this being a 1, to be honest. It's
Mhm.
just, you're just not gonna hard draw it, which is I don't think it's a problem because you can search it really easily. So yeah, Fountain of 1, Tip of 2. I think that would make the deck consistent. And now big boy talk. We have Sacred Tree. You gotta go
Un-
unlimited.
Tree
Unlimited.
to 3. Tree to 3. Why is it at 1? Let me play my VeggieTales deck, you know?
Free the tree. Free the tree.
Free the tree.
Free the tree. That's about it. That's all we want. Free the tree. It
Yeah.
was an unfair hit to Runic. Not
It
to
was
Runic.
stupid.
to Naturia.
Yeah.
It was unfair to Naturia, okay? If the problem is Runic hit Runic, don't hit Naturia. Naturia is not a
Amen and
problem.
amen.
Okay? Okay, guys,
Mhm.
let's do that. This is not a
As
wish
for me
list.
and my house, we shall follow the tree.
Yeah, this is not a wish list. This is reality. It's coming back at 3. I believe. Konami, do your thing.
The tree.
Okay, now Colossus.
I can see Colossus coming to 1.
Really?
Like,
Oh.
well,
For
it's
what?
like
Oh my
we
god.
see it in Master. Like the fact that it's in Master Duel and nobody plays it.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's just the format in Master Duel right now with tier is way too broken. Uh,
But like Colossus has never been banned in Master Duel, and no one's ever played it. Like it's been there since Master Duel came out,
mhm,
and anything with Colossuses in it hasn't been the meta for Master Duel. So
mhm,
I think people are afraid of Colossus, but there's so many better decks.
mhm. I would like to see a one to see how the game would be if it was too broken. I mean, Konami can always bend it back, right? So, but I never played during Colossus, but I've heard stories of it. So,
And with the Watt, with like the Watt support coming out, I think it would be hilarious
oh, that
for
would be
Watt deck to just
broken.
drop Colossus.
That would be broken.
It'd
Oh,
be
that would.
so funny.
Oh, that would be so stupid. That would be interesting. Yeah, that's a hot take right there. Okay, this guy, Auroradon.
Aurora
Um,
Gun, I can see it at 1. I don't think it should be banned. Like with Hulk being gone, because Hulk was the problem. Auroradon is suffering for Hulk's sins.
hmm. I don't know. I feel like, dude, I wish this would come back just so I can play this in my super heavy samurai build. Because then I just need to add a brick to the main deck, and then I can start like link climbing, synchro summoning like crazy. Like
Yeah, and
Auroradon.
it's exactly like you just said. I need to add a brick to the main deck.
Mm-hmm.
So like Auroradon can be at 1.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Same thing with Anaconda, right? I guess people are adding like
Yeah.
3 bricks to it, but Anaconda was way too broken. Anaconda was way too easy, never coming out of Banlist the card. Anyways, keep going. I've yeah, this can come to 1. Uh, just because last list we had what's the name of the Synchro 6, the Yangzing thing that just
Oh,
came to 1.
uh, Denlong. Yeah, if Denlong's back, bring back Ib.
I
Ib the World
yeah.
Palace Justicar.
I don't see any difference to be honest. Like in those 2 cards, I don't see at all. I feel like Danglong is way more broken than Ib in my opinion, but that's my personal take.
Yeah, Denlong
Um,
searches an Omni Negate. Ib searches a Monster Reborn.
yeah, and then
No one plays Monster Reborn.
and honestly, like if you really think about it, like if you play the Danglong, you can also summon from the deck, right? A monster because there's like that effect as well. So which is crazy. Okay, this guy. Are we putting him on 1? Yes.
You know what? Like
you
he could
know,
be at 3, but he needs to come back.
yeah.
Zen Matey should be at 1.
Okay, this
Like
guy should be a 1. Do you think? Okay,
Zen Matey, like MX Saber Invoker, that can come back to 3 and it'd be totally okay. Wind Up Carrier Zen Matey should be like if it comes back, it should be at 1. The card, it's like okay, so the Wind Up Hand Rip, it's not consistent by today's standard because you need Magician and Shark. You need
okay.
both. It's a 2 card combo that requires 2 specific cards. That's not consistent
Hmm.
by like today's standard. That's not fast enough by today's standard. The problem with Zen Matey at more than 1 is that Zen Matey is not a hard once per turn. So you can
Hmm.
loop Zen Matey, which makes it super oppressive, and it's generic. It's 2 level 3 monsters. Um,
Oh,
MX Saber Invoker just searches a beast warrior, a beast warrior. Like
hmm. So
sweet.
those two are 2 level 3s generic.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would be really broken in Punk. Punk would be
yeah.
interesting.
Wind up, punk.
Yes, why the Punk? That would be very interesting. Yeah, we gotta test that out. Okay, okay. Actually, this card right here, Jasmine. So we don't talk much about Jasmine. But Jasmine is actually a really good card for
Rickus and
the
Avalon is
Rickus and
the best
Avalon.
deck.
Hmm.
It's the best deck that no one takes seriously.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, right now, Rickus and Avalon, they play two Jasmines. Jasmine is a card that is now once per turn to search, so if you can summon another one, it's soft once per turn. That's what I meant to say. It's soft once per turn search, and then you can special them from your deck by tributing any monster in the field. It does not need to tribute a plant. So the thing is, for me, if they hit this to one, the loop with an Avalon combo will kind of still exist, but will not be as good as it was. You can still have this card at one, but the problem is normally they'll go summon this, and then they will summon two level ones, and then they link that, and then they will like loop this card twice. I think if they just use this effect once, it will keep the deck and the engine a little bit more fair for the rest of like everyone, and they still can go into the Rika engine after that, but they don't get the extra free search out of Jasmine. That's my problem right now, because they can get a free search for next turn to extend their combos. They can do whatever they want. They don't need to search twice with this. If you limit this to one, I think that will be more than enough to like just balance a little bit more the deck. But that's what I think. It's too generic, this card for the deck. Yeah. Okay. Trident.
Trident to one. I don't think it should have been banned.
Okay, it's a
Trident,
pop. That's the pop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, detached pop. Yeah, I can see. I can see going to one. Anti-spell. Anti-spell is it's a rough one.
And it,
I hate it, but I love it.
yeah, it's like I understand its purpose.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Mm, I
Am
don't
I?
see it. I don't. I honestly don't ever see it being touched.
I'll just keep a no change.
Yeah.
And now the real deal is less Banlist prediction. I I guess that this will actually go to two, and it went to two. That was my last Banlist prediction. This Banlist, I believe this will go back to three because it went back to two. It's not really seen playing, doesn't really matter. And I love playing this card in my Drivetron deck, I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate Drivetron, now I kinda enjoy playing Drivetron because it's out
Mhm.
of the meta deck. It's not like tier 0 anymore or tier 1, whatever. Um, but this card is a card that can definitely come to 3 and everyone will be fine, I think. For the decks that can play this, it will be pretty much a gamma for them, which is really good. But then it's not a meta deck, so I mean, giving a gamma to a non-meta deck, it's not a problem in my eyes, right? So
It's weird. Like you bring back Herald, um, Vernasilf Madolche like becomes a playable deck.
oh yeah, definitely, because they're Earth Fires, right?
Um, Earth Fairy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Earth Fairies. Sorry, Earth Fire. Yeah, Earth Fairies. That's right. That's exactly right. That can be really good. That would be pretty good actually. That's a good idea to try it out. But I think we cover like a lot of stuff. It's almost like an hour video at this point. 53 minutes, guys. Thanks so much for watching to now. But guys, that's what we think is gonna be happening. I know it's a lot of cards we cover. We know Konami's not gonna be touching all of this because Konami never does this big of a ban list ever. It would be a dream to see something like this happening. And this is just like an hour discussion. I'm not sure how long Konami actually takes to figure their ban list and stuff, but this is an hour discussion. I enjoy doing this. James, tell us some wise words.
Um, my wise words are always play cards that don't have a hard once per turn clause.
It is very wise. I enjoyed. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me in the channel. I hope to catch you and see you again this channel. I love you, my dear friend, and I hope to catch you guys as well in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment saying what do you guys think about this ban list.
Don't
Peace.
forget to like,
Oh
subscribe,
yeah, yeah.
hit that notification bell.
Same thing. Also, James' channel is gonna be in the description. So go check his channel out, subscribe to
Almost
him.
at 2,000 subscribers. The moment I hit 2,000 subscribers, the very next regional or YCS I will go to with Ally of Justice.
Let's freaking go. And guys, almost hitting 1,000 subscribers as well. Thanks so much for everything. And catch you guys in the next video. Peace.